Y'all, when I say I'm out here on the river, I really do mean it. Look at me on all fours out here in the middle of this river, bro. Okay, hold on. It's gonna have to be what it is. I have been struggling a little bit with body image lately, and so I don't know. I've just been focusing on that a little bit more and being intentional about how I'm talking to myself and speaking to myself when I'm working out. Usually it's a lot of like, oh my god, I hate this, I hate sweating, I can't stand this feeling. I get really overstimulated when I sweat, and so I've been trying to come out to the river for exposure therapy. I'm learning how to accommodate and not see it as like, oh, I can't do something. It's just that I need a lot of accommodation to do something, right? Like I need either my loops if I'm in the gym, or a fan directly on me at all times, because of the sensation of sweating and like the stagnant air and sweating is so triggering to me that I quite literally turn into a different person. So I'm learning that accommodation is not because you are broken or weak or whatever. It's just because that's how your brain works, and it's okay to know how your brain works and accommodate yourself. And so, yeah, I've been struggling with body image a little bit more so than usual, and I think a lot of it has to do with how I was brought up, my upbringing. And when I was little, my mother didn't help me develop a good sense of self-image and self-love and self-worth. Her perspective on her own body even was very negative, and so I just constantly saw and heard my mother speaking negatively about herself, and that teaches that, you know, that does something in a child's brain. I feel like that really doesn't help them learn how to treat themselves better as they grow older and as their metabolism slows and whatever. And so it's not to say that I expected my mother to be perfect in all ways, but at least in that way, it was a very big ball to drop. And there's some kids over there who are kayaking. They're playing on the rocks. I'm just nervous one of them is gonna fall, so that's why I'm like, ooh, looking over there. I didn't develop a good sense of self growing up, physical health, and so my body was always commented on as I got older. My mom would always, you know, comment if there was any major changes happening, any major weight loss or weight gain. She would mention it all the time. There was a period of time where I was losing my hair because of all the stress of going no contact with her in the tail end of our relationship. Like I was under so much stress that I started like my hairline started thinning really bad, and she would just point it out. And it wasn't in a way of like concern. It was just like pointing it out just to point it out. And so I just developed a very like self-critical lens of myself as I grew older. And now that I'm older, I'm 28 now, I really see how that belief system, that like self-critical belief system that you develop in an environment like that growing up, it really is so deeply rooted that you don't even realize that you're treating yourself in that way, because the ways that you treat yourself in that way are so subtle and quick and quiet inside your mind that you don't even realize it. Like it's like so quick and subtle, almost like a vapor in the wind, that you don't even realize like, wow, I'm being really fucking mean to myself right now. Like I'm being really critical of myself. I'm not giving myself time to adjust to change and that kind of thing. And so I'm working on really giving myself more grace and being more patient with myself to figure out what works best for me with moving my body in a way that is not a form of punishment. Because I've done, you know, I always mention this era of my life when I'm talking about fitness, because for a while, for like 8 months or so, I worked out every single day, which meant I was running, jog walking at least a mile in the morning at like 7 in the morning, and I was vegan, which wasn't part of the weight loss. That happened before I decided to do this, but it helped. I was vegan. I would do HIIT, like high intensity cardio. I would do HIIT every single day for like an hour, in addition to the running in the morning. And it gave me results. It did. I looked good. I feel like it was for a cruise. And so that cruise was really that mental goal and challenge that I was trying to like look good as good as I could for. And so I think that the cruise was really a thing that helped me stay motivated. Like, no, like I'm going to be on the cruise. Like, I want to look good, whatever. Which is great. However, looking back on it, it really wasn't about the cruise. It was about me feeling like I'm in control of some kind, in any way at all, of my life and my situation. And so I went headfirst into veganism and fitness, and it became my identity for that 8 months. It became my full identity. And with the ADHD hyperfixation aspect on top of that, it was like, oh, this is my calling. I'm supposed to do this. Like, this is what gives me purpose. And although I had results and I looked great, I felt great physically, I was not happy at all. Mentally, I felt very empty and drained, and I felt very like if I don't do this perfectly all the time, then I have failed. And so in a way, the way that I was working out back then was very like punishment based. Whereas if I was like to eat something bad on a certain day, the next day I would work out to like counteract that, if that makes sense, instead of just focusing on the fact that I'm moving my body in a way that feels right and natural to me. So anyway, yeah, that's just a quick little nutshell update. I kind of want to, maybe I'll talk about body image a little bit more and like my journey with it, because I think it's seriously so important. Oh my gosh, so important nowadays in 2026 and social media and all of that shit, because first of all, I deleted my TikTok accounts. I had 2 TikTok accounts. I had one for my personal stuff and then one that I eventually made for my Twitch. And I was just on there constantly on TikTok. And even though I tried to make the excuse of like, oh, my algorithm's fine, like it's just funny jokes and memes or whatever, of course, that was not fully true. Like, I saw stuff from the news all the time, stuff like political stuff, even though I kept saying like, no, not interested. Trying to like curate my algorithm so that it was like this protected algorithm that felt separate from like the whole of TikTok, if that makes sense. And somewhat you can do that, like you can do that in some ways, but most of the time that stuff comes through anyways. And so I deleted both of my TikTok accounts. I have not been on TikTok, and the only social media that I consume now is YouTube. I'm constantly watching YouTube videos, learning like cooking videos, whatever. Like I just love, lately and by lately I mean like within the past couple of years, I just have really preferred long form. I think that it helps my brain stay present, and it helps me to learn stuff, because I feel like on TikTok, like I discover indie artists and stuff like that, which is great. And that was the one, like honestly, one of the reasons why I held on to it for so long is because of that kind of thing. Like, I can find indie artists and people who are on the come up and support them and whatever, but it's just the cons outweighed the pros after a while, and I really started to feel disconnected from myself. And one of the biggest ways I felt that is with my body. I got ants crawling on me, so. God, but it's so nice out here. I really wish that I put my shit up on a rock or something. Maybe I could put it over there, but I'm scared that my phone's gonna fall in the water. So like, I'm being just really cautious until I get a tripod out here. I really just wanted to give a quick update as to what's been going on. I got my study permit. The nutshell I've told like a couple times now, so I'll keep it brief. And if you're interested to know what that whole journey has entailed, I have videos about that if you want to go watch those. So I won't go too deep into it now because I just don't want to be super repetitive, and I tend to go off on tangents like I am right now, over explaining when I don't need to. So in order to prevent that, I'm just going to skip over that and give y'all the nutshell. I got my study permit and classes start September 8th. So yeah, I got accepted to my master's program. I had to come back to the States in order to apply for my federal study permit, because you're not allowed to apply for that while you're inside Canada physically. You have to leave and apply from your home, wherever that's at. And I don't know why I did air quotes for that you have to apply from where you live primarily. And so I did, and we got the acceptance in like 4 days. So for the majority of the time while I've had to be down here, as I came down here in June, it was June 14th, something like that, I came down here, and so it is now July 23rd, something like that. So I've been down here for about, by the time I leave, I would have been down here for about 2 months. I'm hoping that, you know, going to school in Montreal and getting my master's degree and hopefully getting a better paying job with my degree. We'll see how that goes, but first we're just going to focus on the degree, okay? One thing at a time, one crisis at a time, okay? But I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited to see my partner again and my cat. My cat stayed up with my partner in Montreal and has been having the best time, by the way. No worries at all when it comes to his well-being. But I just miss him, and I miss them so much, and I'm really excited and happy that in like a week and a half I'll see them again. So not this weekend, but the next. So I'm very excited about that. But I do have to drive another 18 hours or something like that. It's like 18 by the end of it with all the traffic and whatever. On GPS it's 16, but give or take that 2 hours, stopping for gas and all that. But yeah, so I got my fucking study permit, dude. I did. And so I'll be in Montreal again starting this September until the end of my program, which is about 2 years. So we have about 2 years of breathing room for me to focus on my school and get my degree, and then we'll figure out what we're doing from there. So yeah, really random, kind of all over the place, sort of just like a background chill with me. But I wanted to give an update because I haven't in a while. But I've been making a lot of ASMR videos, so if you're into ASMR, body doubling, relaxation, that kind of thing, check it out if you want. If you're not into ASMR, no worries. I'm separating ASMR videos from these kinds of videos, like the lifestyle videos, when I feel like doing vlogs and stuff randomly, because I love making vlogs and stuff too, but I think for me, I enjoy the process of making ASMR content a little more than making lifestyle content, because most of the time unless I'm doing something that I feel warrants editing for hours and all of that kind of, like, I feel like just a day in the life is not really my style. But if I go and do certain things like coming to the river or whatever, like, I want to show that because I feel like it's cool. Anyway, long-winded way of saying that I'm making ASMR content, but this kind of content won't go away if you are enjoying these videos. I am really dedicated and committed to creating in both of those arenas, but mostly ASMR probably. Yeah, I'm gonna be making more videos soon, and because I'm going back in like a week and a half, I'm gonna try to do like one more ASMR video before I head out, and so I should be able to get that done, even though I've got like a lot of stuff going on with, I had to go to the DMV and get a new, and renew my ID because my ID is going to expire in September, and so I have to get a new one before I go up to Canada and all that mess, so, Lord have mercy, y'all. I keep flicking ants off of me. They keep crawling on me. I'm going to do my best. But if I don't, that's okay too, and I'm gonna give myself grace for that. But I really do love making videos. I've been loving the process of making videos again and connecting with you guys and building a sense of community. Like, I just love that feeling, and so I'm definitely not going anywhere. But we'll see how the workload is, like, once school starts and all of that. I might do, like, a once-a-week ordeal or something like that. But we'll see. We'll see. Regardless, I'm not going anywhere. So I'll definitely have more videos coming your way soon. My knees, y'all. I can't be sitting out here like this. I'm not, like, in the very middle. But I'm out here, John. You know what I mean?